What's going on, everybody? It's Kanye. Today's video, I'm going to be bringing you the best animations for NBA 2K22 current gen. This was a video requested in a comment from a previous video, so I wanted to go ahead and put this out there. I thought about making multiple videos to kind of break down the different positions, but then I thought about it and I figured it would just be easier to show you all the best animations at the different positions with the different ratings. So first I was going to start off with the point guards, the sub 6'5" point guards with a higher than 85 ball handle, 80 to 85 ball handle, because you unlock all the dribble animations. So the dribble animation, I'm about to show you the best possible dribble animations. Then we'll get into the taller guards that have the high rating, and then we'll get into, you know, some builds that don't necessarily have that high of a rating. Also just going to explain jump shots. I have done a jump shot video already that's in a lot more detail, so if you want to check that out, please don't hesitate to go look at that on my page. And I'll try to have the link to that one posted at the end of this video so you can go view it. Also, you know, I'm gonna, you know, show you all some of the best shooting animations and some of the best dunk animations as well once I get onto a better dunking build. But let's go ahead and get started. So just so y'all know, this is on my pure yellow 6'4" point guard playmaker. We've got really good playmaking here. So we're going to be able to get all the dribble animations. We've got a decent dunk rating, decent shot rating. So I have a lot of my animations already on this build. So for my jump shot's a custom jump shot. Again, your jump shot's one of your most important animations. You just need to do what's comfortable to you. Anybody can make recommendations for you, but at the end of the day, it needs to be something you're comfortable with. So let's first look at the playmaking moves. First thing I do, I use the dribble style quick. You know, if you look at this dribble style, there's base, right? When we look at quick, we're a little bit lower to the ground. We're getting the ball, you know, up and down quicker. It's going to allow you to make better dribble moves and have more control, in my opinion. Because if you look in the sprint, right, we're getting a lot more dribbles on the court, more opportunities to do dribble moves. In terms of size ups, I do Steve Francis. Another good signature size up is Donovan Mitchell. And actually, before these two released, Derrick Rose was also a good signature size up. So if you try Steve Francis, Donovan Mitchell out, you don't like him, just know that Derrick Rose is good too. I prefer Steve Francis. It's the best in my opinion, but definitely any of these three will work. Signature combos, I use Trey Young. That's pretty much the only one I've used, and you know, it's pretty good combo. Size up escape packages, use Trey Young. Now there's some different size up escape packages and signature combos that I use on different builds just because they can't use Trey Young necessarily. Moving crossovers, I prefer Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now there are other ones out there. I know people say Steph Curry's is pretty good, but I prefer Giannis's. Nice part about this one is that it can go pretty much on any build, so that way I don't have to make adjustments when I switch builds between this and my point forward, because my point forward's too tall to get some of the shorter guard animations. Moving behind the back, Kawhi Leonard is the one I use now. Scotty Pippen is also a really good moving behind the back, so I would recommend Scotty Pippen as well. And I was surprised. I thought I had Scotty Pippen on this one, but I've been trying out Kawhi Leonard. Spins, I don't use spins very often. If you've watched any other animation videos, pretty much every other animation video is going to tell you to use basic spins, just because other ones can get you into trouble. They're either really wide and are going to cause you to get bump stolen from. This one just kind of protects the ball, so if you accidentally get a spin animation, but I don't use them all that often. For moving hesitations, I like Kevin Durant's. One thing I like about Kevin Durant's is that the one option for the hezi, he can get going quick again, but the other one, he pulls it up pretty high and it allows you to, you know, go into a combo or speed boost out of it. So, you know, that's what we like about Kevin Durant's animations. But he also, even though he stands up tall, he keeps the ball low to the ground, so you protect it reasonably well. For moving step backs, we've got Kyrie Irving. Again, this is one I've used from the beginning. I've liked this step back since the start of the game. It's just it's quick and it's clean. Triple threat styles. This one's actually goes overlooked a lot. The reason we like normal triple threat style, normal 6. So if you look at normal 1 here, we're holding the ball relatively low, right around the knee area. Triple threat 6 is holding the ball at your stomach or the low part of your chest. It's just going to allow you to get the shot off quicker, and you're already holding the ball higher. And through my experience with it, you are getting your shots off quicker if you have triple threat 6. Plus, you know, it's just less of an awkward go up. So, you know, I don't know if you've all heard of the worm animation, as me and my friends like to call it. When you catch the ball, and if your triple threat's low, you kind of like do a whole worm with your body as you're shooting it. If you have this triple threat 6 on, it's less likely to happen, and it's going to allow you to time your jump shot more consistently. So that's the playmaking moves. In terms of a small guard that unlocks everything, this is what I would recommend. Real quick while we're here, my favorite layup package is long athlete. Russell Westbrook's layup package is also good, but long athlete's a safe bet. As far as for a build, if you have a build that gets 65 to 70 driving dunk, these are the dunks I'd recommend. The biggest one is quick drops off one. By far one of the best dunk packages in the game. This and Scotty Pippen, along with Clyde Drexler, those 3 dunk packages are some of the safest dunks you can get in this game as far as them not getting blocked. So, like, quick drops off one is almost impossible to get chased down on. Scotty Pippen dunks, he takes off from so far away, and he basically keeps his arm fully extended straight up in the air, so you can't really block those all that well. And then the Clyde Drexler dunks are the same thing. You just get so much verticality on those dunk packages that you can't really get blocked all that easy. Now, you will tend to miss them at times, just like you would other dunks if it's too heavily contested, but the odds of you getting blocked are extremely low. As far as these other ones, these are just some pretty good dunks. Reverses off one, they're hard to block just because he keeps the ball close to the rim and it's hard to get a hand on it. And the rest of these are just kind of basic, just have some more dunk options. As far as free throws, Stephen Curry, it's not necessarily the easiest free throw to green, but the whites go in very often on it. So, that's just why I use that. Again, a free throw is more of a preference thing. It's not that big of a deal. Dribble pull-ups, Trey Young. The reason I like Trey Young is because the pull-up shot timing is very similar to the actual jump shot timing. A lot of other pull-ups are slower, so you've got to make adjustments between a regular jump shot and a pull-up. Spin jumpers, Penny Hardaway. I don't do spin jumpers that often, but I just think this jump shot looks cool because you create a lot of space on it. So as far as being able to get open on a spin jumper, Penny Hardaway one's pretty nice. It is a little slow, so you run the risk of them recovering, but you create quite a bit of space. For hop jumpers, I use Kyrie. Again, it's just quick. You want quick moves. Any of these slow moves, they're just gonna stay with you and block you. So post fades, Kobe Bryant's post fade, again, a very quick shot, so not likely to get blocked, and that is why we use that. As far as the post stuff, we leave it on normal. I do have a build that I run post move stuff on, so I'll show you that as well. So that's pretty much it for this one. I'm going to hop out of here and load up on my point forward so I can show you how the dribble animations kind of change, and then we'll go on to a couple other builds as well. So I'll be right back. All right, guys, so now we're in here on the point forward. Go ahead and show you we are going to be 6'6" on this build, so we aren't going to get the under 6'5" animations, but you can see we still got the plus 80 ball handle, be at the 85, but even though I don't have the 85 now, it doesn't really affect the animations that I'm going to be using. So we'll go ahead and do a quick comparison, and I'll show you just some of the differences and show you how some of my recommendations line up. So we still do the quick dribble style. I recommend Donovan Mitchell as the other 6 size up you might try, because I don't think I could get Steve Francis on this build. I might have been able to, but some other ones, Paul George is another decent one for bigger guards. Raphael Alston's a fun one, but I wouldn't recommend it in a comp style play. Signature combos, I love Jason Williams' signature combo. It's very similar to Trey Young's. It's very quick, a lot of left and right movement. Size up escapes, we still have Trey Young. Moving crossovers, I told you I had Giannis on the other build, Steph Curry in this build. That build was a slashing playmaker. I try to get to the rim more often with it than I do shoot, so that's why I use the Giannis crossover. Giannis crossover is very good for trying to get to the rim, which makes sense, right? Antetokounmpo trying to get to the rim. Moving crossover, Steph Curry is better for trying to create your own shot, going left to right. In this build, I like to shoot more because we've got the 80+ 3 ball and lower finishing ratings. So Steph Curry on this build works better as far as setting up my shot. Moving behind the backs, again, I told you I had Kawhi Leonard on the other build. I have Scotty Pippen on this one. Scotty Pippen's behind the back is, in my opinion, the best behind the back in the game just because of how quick it is. You see how quick it is here. It's just a quick wrap around. Kawhi's is pretty quick too. Honestly, I'd rather have Pippen on my slash play. I don't know why I don't. I think I was just trying out Kawhi's. But both are good. Damian Lillard, if you want to go far left and far right, it's more of a space creating behind the back. But Pippen and Kawhi are better for driving to the rim very quick. Moving spins is basic. Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, for those animations stay the same, and our triple threat stays the same. All 3 of those I think should be the same on every build. Layups, default swing. I know I had long athlete. Default swing is like the cheap long athlete. It's pretty much the same thing. You're finishing high around the rim. One thing I will say is never use George Gervin layup package. I was just trying it out just because it looked like, it'd be kind of fun to throw these little finger rolls up. It gets blocked all the time. Don't do that. You can see our dunks are really similar. We have all the quick drops and basics, and then Klay Thompson. I did add CJ McCollum. One thing I'd recommend on a build that's not very good at dunking is just getting these simple one-handed dunks that look like they have like quick takeoffs, and then make sure your build has at least silver limitless takeoff if you can. If anything, it needs to be on bronze, but silver is such a big jump as far as the animations you get and allow you to go up quicker. But try to limit yourself to these one-handed dunks, especially off 1 foot. The off 2s are fine as long as you're taking off from a decent ways away. If you're taking off close to the rim and you're doing a 2-handed dunk, it usually takes a long time to get up and it gets blocked a lot. But that's pretty much the same. You're going to see here we got the same free throw, dribble pull-ups, and that's about it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over and show you all the best dunks for a dunking guard. I've got a dunking guard build, so I'll show you how my dunks change, and then I'll show you some big man animations between a couple different bigs that are good at dunking, good at shooting, and the ball handling aspect. And so we'll get into that now. So let me go back and switch builds, and we'll go into that stuff next. All right, y'all. So now we're back in here again. I'm on my two-way facilitating finisher build. Now I just realized I haven't brought y'all this build video yet, and this is easily one of my go-to builds in the park, and I even use it in Pro-Am sometimes, so I feel bad that I haven't showed y'all how to make this yet. This build gets contact dunks, it can shoot the crap out of the ball, it can handle the ball really well, it's a great all-around build, and it still plays really good defense, even though it's not a defensive build. So the reason I brought this build into the video is because I want to show you all the best animations for a dunker, that, you know, when you're using a dunking build, you know, what I would recommend. So again, you can see here, we've got Trey Young, Penny Hardaway for all this stuff. I do use hop jumpers for James Harden just because I don't do a lot of crazy jump shots on this build, but the James Harden hop jumpers create a lot of space, and the Penny Hardaway spin jumpers, I think these are the same ones we've already been over. Yes. So these, you know, are just kind of fun to work with. Free throw 38, I've just never changed it because I play park on this build, so I don't really use the free throws all that much. Now, when we look at the dribble moves, they are slightly different. A lot of these are just slightly different dribble moves where I have experimented with them on this build. Again, we're still using a quick dribble style, but we do use De'Aaron Fox signature size up, and you see it's pretty good. It's a little bit slower, but it's pretty good. Devin Booker's isn't bad either, and I even have Raphael Alston on this one because I like to mess with it. Signature combos, Jason Williams. Size up escapes, Paul George. I had that on a different build as a backup. I told you that was a decent one. We have the Antetokounmpo because this build is a dunker. We have the Kawhi Leonard behind the backs because this build's a dunker. And we still have all this stuff that's the same. But the biggest thing we're here for is to look at the dunks and layups. So we do have long athlete on, as I told you before. We got quick drops off one. Clyde Drexler is easily one of the best dunk animations in the game. You just see the height that we get on this dunk. It's very hard to block. It's very good. You can take off from far away. I highly recommend this dunk package to anybody that can get it because it's one of the best dunk packages in the game. I've also got straight arm tomahawks. I like straight arm tomahawks just because, you know, they're hard to block. You don't swing your arm out super far, so they don't get blocked all that often, and you go up pretty quick and from pretty far away. We've got leaning slams. Again, those you take off from pretty far away, so they're harder to block. You do run the risk of missing them if people slide into the rim late. But these tomahawks, front and straight arms, you don't want to do side arms just because they get blocked pretty often. James Harden's dunk package is pretty safe against some just strong one-handed dunks. But leaning slams is what I was talking about. So you take off from pretty far away and you protect the ball relatively well. You just run the risk of missing the dunk at the rim if someone slides in late. But these sidearm ones, you can see you're sticking your arm out way too far. They're going to get blocked a lot. I used to run those quite a bit. Nothing wrong with athletic one-handers off one. I just got tired of seeing the same dunk animation, so I took them off. DeMar DeRozan's dunk package. I would highly advise against this. When you watch when he goes up, he tucks the ball behind his head, and it's a pretty slow animation in game, and it tends to get blocked a lot. If you get any of these other dunks, it's a great dunk package, but if you get that one-hander where he kind of pulls the ball behind his head, you're in trouble, so I wouldn't recommend it. But these are just some of the dunk packages I recommend on guards. There really aren't that many, just because a lot of the flashier dunks on guards do tend to be, you know, dunks that can get blocked a lot. Now, I would, the 360s are fine. The cradle dunks are really good. I don't like to run the cradle dunks simply because if you're running cradle dunks, you'll get pretty much only cradle dunk animations is what I've noticed. Like, it tends to override any other dunk animation you have equipped, which isn't a bad thing because they don't get blocked that often, but I like to see different dunks, so that's why I did that. But now we've been through that, I'm going to go ahead and go into the big man. We'll get through the big man real quick. I know this is going to be a pretty long video. Again, I just wanted to put this all in one video. So if y'all have made it this long, I hope you all have enjoyed it. And, please don't hesitate to drop a like and subscribe. If you all run some different animations that you see I haven't tried, please let me know because I'm always down to test some different stuff. I've been playing. This game came out last September, so I'm always down to try new things just to keep it interesting. But let's go ahead and get to the big man animations real quick, and then I'll get y'all out of here. All right, y'all, so I switched up the builds again. You're going to see we're on a glass cleaning slasher. This is another build I haven't put out on the channel yet, and again, I'm trying to get around to it. I'm trying to meet y'all's requests and still fit these builds in here and there, so I'm going to definitely get this one on the channel as well. I know y'all have seen glass fins. I don't know how many y'all have seen glass cleaning slashers. It's pretty much the same thing. But you're going to see here, this build's going to be able to get pretty much every dunk in the game, except for the big man dunks. Again, you have to be over 6'10", so I'm going to show you those too as well. But this build is 6'7", gets pretty crazy dunk animations. So real quick, let's go ahead and I'll show you the attributes. So we have the 95 driving dunk, 95 standing dunk. So when we go in here and we look at our animations, again, this is just going to be the dunk animation. So I'm going to get through this one pretty quick because we still got a couple more builds to look at. As I mentioned to y'all earlier, Russell Westbrook layup package is really good next to long athlete. So definitely would recommend the Russell Westbrook layup package. I don't have any dribble animations on this build just because I don't dribble very much. I'll try to find one of the big builds that I have the dribble animations on. But as far as a build that's not the best dunker, is sub 6, or not my fault. As far as a build that is a really good dunker, but is sub 6'10", but is a bigger build, you can see where we get the Giannis Antetokounmpo dunks. I highly recommend. You can take off from pretty far away. They're very athletic dunks. They're hard to block. We have the Clyde Drexler dunks again. Very good dunks as well. Michael Jordan dunks, a free throw line dunk's insane, so you always got to throw that on a build if you can get it. LeBron James dunk package, again, very far away takeoffs. You run limitless takeoff on Gold or Hall of Fame. You're going to be really hard to block with all these dunk packages on. Blake Griffin's is good as well. I just didn't have room for it, so I unequipped it. You can see some of his animations are kind of slow, and you run the risk of getting blocked, especially with those like little half windmills that they have in there. Those are kind of rough. Scotty Pippen, though, this was one of the ones I was talking about. So when you watch, when this guy takes off, he fully extends his arm in the air. And he just takes off from so far away. It's extremely hard to block. If you are able to get the Scotty Pippen dunks, I 10 out of 10 recommend them. Probably my favorite dunk package in the game because even though they just look like standard one-handers here, they look so cool in-game that I would recommend y'all run them. Ben Simmons dunk packages are really good. You get some under-the-rim dunks, which is really nice. And not to mention, you get some athletic takeoffs as well, but they're mostly under-the-rim dunks. And since we are 6'7", we don't get a lot of the 6'10" and over under-the-rim dunks, so it was nice that we got this. Same with Zion's. Both of these dunks are really good on shorter big man builds that can dunk well because they'll give you under-the-rim dunk packages, even though you're not above 6'10". Then we have pro under basket rim pulls. I have all these under basket dunks. I just ran out of room. And then we have, our basic athletics. I took off the 360 just because I didn't have room as well. But you have your uber athletics, your straight arm tomahawks. I run windmills just because they're kind of fun. They do run the risk of getting blocked. But as long as you're selective when you try to go for flashy dunks, it's not too much to worry about. Plus, they're pretty fast, so they don't get blocked all that often. But yeah, these are some of the best dunks in the game, especially. And so if you're on a good dunker, I highly recommend any of these dunk packages you see here on this list. Again, Scottie Pippen's my favorite dunk package. Ben Simmons, Zion, really good for undersized bigs. And then obviously LeBron, Antetokounmpo, and Drexler are must-haves as well. Now I'm going to get into another big man build. It's a little undersized. And show, he's a little bit worse of a dunker, and I'll show, kind of what I run on him as well, because there are some different ones I run on that build. So let me get switched over to that. So now we're on the interior facilitator. Again, I don't know if I've put a build video out for this build either. If I did, it was a long time ago. I'm going to check, and if not, I'll get y'all this build. This build's got around a 76 driving dunk, 88 standing dunk. So we're just short of those big man contacts, but we would have them at 99 overall. The other thing is with this build, we are 6'9", so we won't get the 6'10 plus dunk animations. What I am going to show you, and this will be real quick, the dunk animations I'll run on a build that doesn't get all the dunk animations as a big, especially under 6'10". We're going to run Giannis again, Ben Simmons. Both of those are great. And then any of the under the basket ones. Also, athletic one-hitters off one. This is the one I said I don't like to run on my guard because it's the same dunks over and over. You'll get these overriding a lot of your other dunks quite a bit, along with the Clyde Drexler ones as well. Both are really good and very safe dunks. And if you're not worried about flash, definitely two dunks you want to have. Now, I don't have my dribble moves on here. I am going to show you, though, the dribble moves I prefer. But the other thing I want to show you is my post moves. Because on this build, I use a lot for post scoring. Kobe Bryant has the best post fade just because it's a fast shot. The other ones take a while to get off and they're hard to time. Post hooks, definitely want Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. It is the sky hook, but it's safe. It doesn't get blocked very often. And post hooks are hard to make, but Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's got a cool looking post hook, and it's not hard to time compared to the other ones. They're all about the same. And then post hop shots, I went with Devin Booker. The reason I go with Devin Booker here is just because it's quick. We create a lot of space off of it, but the main thing is the speed of it. We don't want a slow hop shot because they're going to be able to contest it easily. So Devin Booker post hops is my favorite post hop shot. So there's my post moves. But we're going to go to the animation store super fast. I'm going to go through the best big man dribble animations. So like first off, for moving crossovers, you can get Giannis at a ball handle of 70. That's the lowest you can get. Most of these are gonna have a 70 threshold, some have a 65, but definitely get the moving crossovers of Giannis at a 70. If you get to a 70, for behind the backs, we can't really get anything. So we want to go ahead and just use a basic, normal or basic. For step backs, we can get Giannis's, or we can even get, there's another one in here. I remember seeing it, Kawhi Leonard's. Both of these are decent, so I'd recommend getting Giannis's or Kawhi Leonard's at 70 overall. I'd probably go Kawhi Leonard. For spins, we're still going to go basic. For hezzies, we do want to go with Pippen. We either want to go with Pippen, or was there another one in here? I think it was just Pippen. Yeah, Pippen for the hezzies. You could do Larry Bird, but again, it's pretty slow. So I would go with Pippen for your hezzies. For our signature size ups, you want to do Paul George, I believe, is the one we want. Yeah, ball handle below 75. No, it wasn't Paul George. There's a different one. Zach LaVine's is at a 75. Kyrie Irving. Here it was, Kawhi's. You want Kawhi's. It's relatively quick if we watch here. Ball handle of a 65. So if you can get a 65 ball handle on your undersized big, Kawhi size up's pretty good. For our signature combos, this one was Paul George. You only need a ball handle of a 70. I use this on some of my guards even, so this is a really good one. And while we're here, just check this thing out, man. If you all run this or tried this out, it is hilarious because you can spam that hop dribble right there, and it's so fun to watch. But either way, tangent. So big man signature combos, get the Paul George at a ball handle of a 70. And then for our size up escapes, you can still get Luka Doncic. So Luka Doncic is a good one, or LeBron James is a good one. So those is what I would recommend for your size up escapes. Again, that's all 70 ball handle. Some of them are 65. It's hard to get playmaking moves on a big. You pretty much need a 70 to get a full loadout of dribble animations. So just note that. But last thing, and this is the last part of the video, we're going to go to the big man that's above 6'10", and I'm going to show you those animations, and then I'll get you out of here. So hang on, just... All right, y'all. So this is the last part of the video. As I'm recording this glass cleaner build is actually the last video uploaded to my channel. So if you haven't seen that yet, please check it out. Of course, when this video goes up, it'll probably be down the list a little bit. This is a great rep build, and it's kind of a sleeper build. It's a red, yellow pie chart. But I'm just going to show you, we do get big man contact dunks on this build. We have a 68 driving dunk, 91 standing dunk. And you know, we got great post moves and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and show you all how I have the animations laid out on this build, mainly the dunk animations. And then I'll, get y'all out of here. Again, if you've watched this point, I really appreciate all of y'all. Y'all have continued to help my channel to grow, and I can't tell you how much it means to me. I started this thing just to have fun and kind of like share my knowledge of 2K, and it's just kind of went a lot faster and developed a lot faster than I expected it to. I mean, we're at well over 200 subs at this point, and we haven't even been going for 6 months. So I mean, it's a dream come true to be helping people out. Y'all leave such positive comments in the comment section, and again, I just really appreciate that. So that's my little rant. Again, thank you all so much for watching. But let's go ahead and finish off with these animations so y'all can go watch another video, because I know y'all have been here for several minutes now. So dunks and layups for our big man. Default big, nothing wrong with that. If you can get the better layup animations for big men, that's fine. Not that important when you're this tall. But again, you're going to see we've got like Dwight Howard, Shaq, Karl-Anthony Towns, Draymond Green. All these are really good. Draymond Green is good to have on a bigger build that doesn't have the best driving dunk, just because it gets you some different animations. Dwight Howard, Shaq, and Karl-Anthony Towns, you're going to see we get really good under the basket animations and good off the dribble animations. So that's what is nice about those. Because if you get those really good under the basket animations, it's going to be really helpful. But not to mention, the nice part about these big man builds is that these big man dunks are hard to block. So that part's a perk. Again, we got all of our under the basket dunks, and we still get quick drops off one with only a 68 driving dunk. I cannot stress enough, this is the most important dunking animation you need on every build you have. Any build you make, if you get above a 60 or 65 driving dunk, whatever it is, please put on quick drops off one. It'll change your game. No more getting blocked at the rim. And another underrated thing, these big man animations, big man dunk packages are actually really good in my opinion. They're pretty safe. You go up pretty quick. And they keep the ball protected, they keep the ball high. So I highly recommend these, and I like them a lot. They look neat, especially when you're on a 7-footer off the dribble. So that's going to be those dunk animations. Again, that's all I really wanted to show you on this build. I just want to say again, thank you all. If you've made it to this point in the video, please let me know what you thought was the most helpful. If there's something I didn't go into much detail on that you would like to, I understand this video is pretty long because I did go into so much detail on like the reasoning between the different dribble moves and what the different dunk packages do. I just have seen a lot of of animation videos where they're like, use this, and they don't necessarily explain it. And if y'all would prefer that, I can make another video just going quick. So if you didn't watch all this and you didn't want to, watch 2 minutes of it, leave a comment and be like, hey, just give me a list. I don't want to watch all this. That's fine. And, I'm trying to figure out what y'all want, but I'm also trying to give you information. I don't want this to be a simple plug this in and figure it out. Like, I want you to know the purpose of these different animations. That being said, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Again, please don't hesitate to like and subscribe. Any new video ideas, please drop those in the comment section. Again, the last several videos I've filmed have been related to requests in the comment section. This was a request in the comment section. So, just know you're being heard. That's the goal of this channel, is not for me to make stuff that I want to make necessarily. I want to make stuff that y'all want to see, and I just have fun doing that. Like, anything y'all want to see is something I want to do. So I got y'all. That being said, try these animations out. Let me know what you think, and have fun on the courts. Peace.